Welcome to my living room.
Hey!
There's Sweetie. She's 16.
She's very old, but very fat.
I think she's in really good shape. She like runs around and we call it gets a wild hair and goes like crazy bonkers. You guys know your cat does that? They'll just start running out of the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of the night. So she's in pretty good shape. Say hi, Sweetie. There she is. Anyway, we've had her a long time. We got her from the pound.
When Miranda was 3.
Miranda was 3. We got her from the pound. So anyway, she's still alive. Can you believe it? We can't believe it. She was 3 too. So good to see you. All right. Hey, everybody. How's your morning going? Leave me a little message. Let me know how it's going. Leave me a comment. It's good to see you guys. It is Friday. Woohoo! Yay. And Sarah Lane's birthday. Get over to her page. She put up a thing where you could go buy Dutch and get free Dutch if you say happy birthday Sarah Lane, and then also buy some for somebody else and like let it pass on. And so happy birthday Sarah, we love you. Thank you for being our interview on Life Builders. And so today we're bringing you a tip, and it's called Let's Get Sideways. And you know, you guys out there and some of you girls are like, woohoo, let's talk about quads and side-by-sides. And, you know, like if my husband was here, that's what he would be saying. Yes, let's get sideways, because he loves to go sideways. But I'm actually not talking about on wheels. I'm talking today about going sideways in your thinking, but it's in a good way. It's called lateral thinking. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it's basically, we tend to think in a linear model. We tend to think inside the boundaries of this. Maybe picture it like you're running on a track and you're running in your lane, but you're staying in your lane and not going outside of your lane. We think inside the box when we're problem solving. And lateral thinking is about moving outside the box and taking the skills that you know and applying it to another category. So for instance, if you, good morning Erica, if you know a lot about, let's use Gary Vee for an example, Gary Vaynerchuk. He was into collecting baseball cards, and so he had all this knowledge about how to sell and how to collect and how to value baseball cards. And then his next endeavor was to do Wine Library TV. Well, he took that information from baseball card collecting and selling and all that, and he transferred that information across to using it for Wine Library TV. And in that lateral move, he was able to take the concepts that he used in that, apply them in a new way, and come up with new solutions for selling the wine like he did the other one. Yeah, I love Gary Vee too. He's awesome. Hey Chrissy, good to see you. And so I'm encouraging you, what we need to do is sometimes we need to look at, I'm sorry, I'm like fighting with this pillow. We need to look at what we know and extend that across to new situations. For example, if you know a lot about, I was trying to think last night for Sarah Mollison, I was trying to think about strategies for daycare, and I was thinking, well, let's see, if you wrestle and you know how to keep your opponent on their toes, then would you apply that across daycare? But anyway, the best one I can think of is recently we had a project, and when we have these long corporate shoots, and we're photographers, and we will get these massively long timelines, like sometimes they're up to 19 pages, and you'll have 2,000 people, and they'll like line out every breakout. This breakout's gonna have 130 people. It's in this room, so you have to go through this massive mess and try to put together where you're supposed to be to capture all of these things. Well, we had one of those a couple weeks ago, so it was 4 days. 2,000 people. They had 4 different tracks of learning, so people were going through 4 different tracks. They were all color-coded by track, and then there were over 40 spaces that we needed to photograph. 40 meeting spaces. So it would be like, you know, this meeting room, Northern Hemisphere A, and this one, they're meeting in Antarctica 5, and this one they're meeting in Australia 3. And it was so overwhelming because the guy sent all the places we needed to be, but it didn't match up with the timeline. He only would say like, you need to be in Australia 5 at 9 o'clock. Or it would not tell us what the name of the breakout was, or cover this one at the Swan, which was the resort, and it's the name of this, but he wouldn't tell us the name or date. And it's like crazy trying to match up what we need to do. So I was getting so overwhelmed and trying to do this, and then I left it alone, and then I realized, you know what? I need to take my puzzle making skills. This is a puzzle, and I'm gonna take everything I know about using puzzles, and I'm gonna apply it to this. So what I did first was I started by making the outside. What do you do when you make a puzzle? You make the outside. You make the borders. So I would take each day singly and set it in there, and then look for the pieces that fit together. Okay, he said he wants me to be there at 9 o'clock here in this building, and this one actually is there at that building at 9 o'clock. And so in that way, I was able to conquer this timeline at thinking of it as a puzzle and applying my puzzle skills to do that. And so that, to me, that's like one of the best examples I've recently had. But so I'm just encouraging you today, think laterally, think outside of the box, take what you know and apply it across what you're working on. And the best thing is when you come up with something new, a new solution, a new way to do that. And that is my Friday tip today. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. If you're reading Uninvited with us, keep reading. It's going to be so good. I'm on chapter 2 and it's great. Love you guys. I hope you have a great weekend, and may your hearts be, what do I say? Oh, your minds be fierce and your heart strong and your spirit brave. Love you all. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.